Hi guys! Today's video is going to be a get ready with me life update. I just have a lot to update you guys on. I know there was no video last week, and so I wanted to come on and just kind of chit chat, share some updates with you because there has been a lot going on and a lot of it does pertain to my channel. So I wanted to just chit chat while I put on some makeup because that's one of my favorite things to do. First things first, this background is super temporary. I thought I was gonna like this new arrangement better for filming, but it actually doesn't matter, and we'll get more into that later in the video. Anyway, I wanted to, I guess, start by saying if you notice like a certain glow about me, which is that I have no breakouts right now, I'm back on the birth control pill. And by the way, this video might be like a little oversharey. If you don't like hearing about people's like personal problems, then I totally understand. My next video will be my big sunscreen roundup, which I'm so excited to finally be posting that video. But today I just wanted to kind of catch up with you guys. So, anyway, I'm back on the birth control pill after being off of it for 4 years, and my acne has completely cleared up, which, like, my acne cleared up within like a day of being back on it, which is wild. And I'm kind of wishing I had just gone back on it sooner because I was on the pill for I think like 8 years, and it was really helpful for my acne and just my PCOS symptoms. I do have diagnosed PCOS. I was diagnosed at like 18 or something, and the pill really helped with a lot of those symptoms. But I guess I was getting kind of paranoid about the pill because there's so many horror stories online. And also, by the way, I just want to say, before we get into this whole discussion, if you have a horror story related to the pill or really any form of contraceptive, if you could please not post that on this in the comments of this video. I just don't want to hear those right now. Right now, I'm feeling really good, and I'm choosing to trust medical doctors right now, and I'm really trying to stay away from like all the horror stories online because they're just, I've learned for me they're just not helpful. So if I see any comments like that, and I usually don't care what people comment on my videos, I very rarely delete comments. I'll block people if they're super problematic, but I don't delete comments. But if I see any comments with horror stories about birth control, I'm just gonna delete them on this video because I don't want to know. So anyway, okay, the CoverGirl Clean Invisible Foundation, I've been loving this. I did like a wear test of it a couple weeks ago if you want to see, but this is like the new version of that CoverGirl old school foundation. It is so good. Okay, anyway, back on track. I was on the pill for like 8 years, and then in 2020 I decided to go off of it and switch to the copper IUD, which is the non-hormonal IUD, mainly because I just wanted to see how I felt not on the pill. Like I was not sure if it was affecting my mental health, and so I just wanted to see like how do I feel without it. And for a while, it was good. I was doing well, and the copper IUD has been great. Like, it actually has been, it hasn't caused me any problems, other than heavier bleeding, which I think led to anemia. So I'm getting it taken out, actually, tomorrow, which I'm not excited for, but just because getting it put in was, like, the most painful experience of my life. But try not to think about that. So I've had the copper IUD in since 2020. It's been good, you know, aside from the anemia that has been getting worse and worse. But actually, the reason I decided to go back on birth control was not because of acne. My acne was doing okay taking spironolactone, which is another good treatment for hormonal acne. But what really made me decide to try the birth control pill again was that I think through going to therapy and also just starting to become more aware of my own thought patterns and behaviors, I think I have pmdd, which if you don't know what that is, it's essentially like PMS on steroids. For me, basically for 2 weeks out of the month, like during my luteal phase, I just did not feel like myself. I was really struggling, like actually way more than I wanted to admit for a really long time, I think. I kept just saying to myself, well, like everybody has PMS. This is like, it's not, I don't have it worse than anybody else, you know, like that kind of thing. And I finally had this moment last week because I was in my luteal phase and really not doing well. Or I texted Nathan and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I don't want to only feel good for basically half my life like half the month I feel good, the other half I feel terrible. And it's like this every month. And I'm just sick of it. I'm like, I'm just so tired of this. So I made a doctor's appointment, and I was so fortunate to be able to get in to see the doctor within like a couple days. And I basically started crying immediately because I was also in my luteal phase, and I was like, I think this has just been going on too long, but like I think I might have PMDD, because a long time ago my therapist suggested that I might have that. And I was like, I think I just want to try birth control again and just see if I feel better, because it's been so long since I've been on it, and I don't even remember what I felt like on it, so I might as well just try it, because what do I have to lose? So she put me back on basically like the generic form of Yaz, which is like the first, it's supposed to be the best for PMDD, like that's what they typically recommend first. So that's what I'm on. I've been on it for like a little over a week now. I feel like a completely new person. I did not expect to feel such a night and day difference in my mood, but I like actually feel like myself again. So I just wanted to say that. I guess the reason I want to say this is because I know a lot of people watching this probably also struggle with this too, because it's actually really common. If you're struggling with PMDD or just severe PMS or whatever you want to call it, there are treatments for that. There are medications, and there isn't just one medication, you know, there are several different options you can try, and you don't have to suffer. You don't have to suffer. So I just want to say that. I know that might not be helpful to somebody who's maybe tried all the medications and none of them worked. Like, I don't want to discount those experiences if you've had that, but I guess I just want to say, like, I'm just feeling so much better right now, and that's why I don't want to hear any horror stories, because I know, like, I'm feeling really good, and I want to keep it that way. I don't want to start worrying, oh, is this causing problems? No, like, I know I feel really good right now, so I'm gonna just trust that. Right now, I'm having so many more video ideas. I'm feeling like so invigorated with my channel, and I'm just feeling good. Like, I'm feeling good about life, and I hope that gives hope to somebody out there. Like, I don't want this to sound like if you're struggling that it's just easy to find a solution, because sometimes it's not, and I get that. But yeah, I guess I just want to say this for anybody out there that might be struggling with this. Like, there is hope. Like, there are options, there are treatments. Maybe it's not medication for you, maybe it's therapy, maybe it's talk therapy, maybe it's like, there are always options. So I just want people to know that, like, there are ways to feel better. So I'm feeling so much better about my channel now. Like, I'm having so many ideas, I'm feeling so much more motivated. Oh, and I guess while we're talking about like medical things, I don't usually share about medical things on my channel, but I know I mentioned a while ago in a video that I was getting tested for ADHD, and it took forever to hear back, which is understandable. I know, like, the medical system is overloaded, but it took a while to finally hear back. It took like 4 months. I finally got the results, and the results are I do not have ADHD, which I guess I'm just glad to have an answer, because I always just kind of thought, well, maybe I have ADHD, maybe I don't. And my therapist really encouraged me to just go get tested, because, like, that's the way to find out, is to get tested. So I went to a clinic that we have here where we live, and it went really smoothly. It went really well. The testing was extensive. It was like, I think it was like 8 hours of testing. They were just testing all kinds of stuff. There was like an IQ portion. There was all these different like memory tests, verbal skills, just all kinds of things. So it was really kind of cool. Like, I'm just kind of interested in psychology as it is, so I just thought it was kind of a cool process. So anyway, the results are I do not have ADHD. I do have a generalized anxiety disorder, which I already knew that. But they gave me like a formal diagnosis for that. But what I've learned is that a lot of people do have ADHD, but also there are other disorders that have a lot of the same symptoms as ADHD, one of them being anxiety. Like, anxiety can impact your concentration, your all kinds of things, obviously. But I think all of the like ADHD type symptoms that I had were related to anxiety, rather than a like developmental disorder, which is ADHD is something that you're either born with or you're not. So I don't have ADHD, which is good to know. I just really wanted to have an answer. So now I have an answer. that is where I'm at with that. I guess I just wanted to update you guys on that too, because I know I mentioned it a long time ago, and maybe you were wondering, like, did you ever find out? Well, I finally did, and the answer is no. So that's one thing that's been going on over the last week. The other thing, I'm like so bummed to be sharing this, but we have to move. And I know that sounds, you're like, what? Because in my last vlog, my last video, we rearranged this room, and, you know, I was like, oh, I love the new layout. This is going to be so great. We've been doing all these little like home improvement projects, putting up, you know, fake backsplash and all that. And just having like, just loving, like, we love this apartment. But we have discovered, unfortunately, and I don't even want to get into this because it bothers me to think about, but our apartment has a mold problem. So we've decided that we're just going to get a different apartment because as much as we love this place, as much as our cats love this place, Tala, one of our cats, has asthma, and I really worry about how mold might affect her. And I know mold is so weird because there's so many different kinds of mold, and I know mold is just kind of like everywhere in our environment outside. It's just a natural part of the earth, but when it's in your house, it's just kind of disturbing for me. So we're just gonna leave because I don't know what kind of problems it might cause. Yeah, we can't live with the worry of like how it might be affecting our cats or us, you know? So we're gonna leave. We already have a new apartment lined up. It's super close to where we live now, but I'm really bummed because I love this apartment so much and it's just perfect for us, but the one we're moving to is actually a little bit bigger, and I'm just really excited to move in. And another silver lining here is moving content. I love doing moving vlogs. I hate moving, and that's the other reason I'm like, oh my god. Like, when we moved into this apartment, I remember saying to our friend, one of our friends helped us move in, and I remember saying, like, we're gonna stay here for 3 years minimum. I'm like, we are staying put, because we have moved so many times, and I've moved, I think I counted, I think I've moved like 11 times in my adult life. And I haven't even been an adult for more than 11 years. So I've basically moved every year since I've been an adult, since I turned 18. Like, I've lived in a different place just about every year. Except for the place we lived in Georgia, we lived there for like 2 years. And so I was really looking forward to just staying put, not moving. I was even saying in our vlog, like, you might remember, I was like, oh, like, because I was like, I think the cats might be nervous because we're rearranging the room. I think they might be nervous that we're moving because the last time we were shifting things around, it meant that we were moving. And now we actually do have to move. And I'm so sad because number one, I hate moving so much. I hate it so much. Like, I want it to be over with because I just want to, like, what I hate so much about moving is feeling unsettled in a new place. And I just want that whole stage to be over with because I hate it so much. Like I was saying, the silver lining is there will be moving vlogs, so I guess we can look forward to that. I guess I'm also going to do a collection declutter, which I was planning on just waiting till the end of the year to do that, but I guess since we're moving, it probably just makes more sense to do that now. I did just declutter my palettes, but not like the rest of my collection, so I guess we'll just do a whole declutter series. So the good news is there's going to be a lot of content because I have so many videos on my list to film now, and I'm feeling really excited about the videos. So that's the good news. The bad news is we're moving and I'm really upset about it. The other good thing is at least we're just moving locally. We're not moving cities or anything like that. Our last move we moved cities, and the move before that we moved cross country. So still not looking forward to it, but again, just, you know, look forward to the moving vlogs. What a cute blush. This is the Ilia multi-stick in the shade Dear Ruby. Looks really intimidating in the stick to me, like, because it's just so bright, but it's actually very, it's a very sheer buildable formula. So I just like basically dabbing it on my brush like that, just getting a nice even coat, and then, oh, that's so nice for summer. I'm really enjoying summer more than I ever have before. Never really been a big fan of summer, and I'm still not. I would still say summer is my least favorite season. Summer does scare me a little bit because heat is no joke. Like, heat is actually really dangerous, and we don't have AC here. Most places in Washington do not have AC. It's just kind of the way it is. Because most places in Washington haven't needed AC until like the last like 5 years or so. So we're gonna need to get a portable AC unit because I'm sure we're gonna have some really hot days this summer. The other scary thing about summers out here is wildfires. We've been really lucky so far, knock on wood. It's really different. In the South, where I'm from, you have to worry about hurricanes and extreme humidity, extreme thunderstorms, things like that. We don't really get thunderstorms out here. Like every now and then we do, but it's very rare. And that's like the only thing I miss about living in the South is a good cathartic summer thunderstorm. Ooh, I love those. That's the only thing I miss about the South. I'm not even joking. But yeah, so that's why summer is my least favorite season, no matter where I live, at least in the US. It's just the scariest season. I don't really have seasonal depression, but if I have a season where I'm feeling a little out of sorts or like not like myself, it's summer. I know that's like the reverse of what most people experience, but the other thing about summer is like there's so fewer hours of daylight that it's harder to sleep too, and sleep is so important to me. Anyway, I'm sorry to be complaining. I really do love where we live, but I guess I'm just kind of ready for fall already because I love fall. It's my favorite. I guess I love fall so much because it's like you feel like you're finally getting some relief from summer. And I do love summers here because they are mostly really mild, and it's fun to actually be able to go outside in the summer and not worry about, heat stroke and that kind of thing, except for on really hot days, which do happen. But those really hot days are much fewer and farther between here versus the South. So that's good. The cats don't know we're moving yet. We haven't told them, but I'm sure they'll be a little bit nervous about it, especially Bee. She's definitely the most nervous of the bunch. But Tala, I think, will be fine. She really doesn't... I'm sure she'll be affected by it, but she's just moved many times in her life. She's our oldest kitty, so I have the most confidence in her, ability to adjust to a new place. But I'm excited to see the cats explore a new apartment because that's always fun. And when we moved in here, it really didn't take them that long to get used to it. It really took a couple days. So I think they'll be okay, but it just is what it is. Our health and safety is the most important thing. Okay, I love this CoverGirl powder so much, but ever since I hit pan, every now and then little pieces will break off. And it's getting really annoying because when the pieces break off, you can't really use them. So I just kind of have to dump them in the trash. Just annoying. Not a big deal. Oh, another thing, I've been really enjoying applying my pressed powder to my face with my velour puff. This is one from Makeup Revolution. I use the smallest side for my under eyes, and then I turn it around and use this side for my face. And it looks so nice applied that way. I've been a big fan of velour puffs for loose powders on my under eyes for a while now, but for some reason I never thought to try it on the rest of my face with a pressed powder. But I really like it. It just it really feels like it locks my makeup into place, which is so nice in the summer. I think I'm going to use my little singles palette that I curated because I keep forgetting to use it, and I think it's because I just keep forgetting what shades are in here. But it's right there in my palette basket, so today I'm just gonna grab it and use it, okay? I'm really trying to be better about using my singles, and I do think that curating a new set of singles every month in my Everyday Makeup Drawer series is gonna be really helpful. This is what we did in my last Everyday Makeup Drawer. And I will have, one of my next videos will be another Everyday Makeup Drawer video. It'll be my last one before we move. I can't believe I'm saying that. I still can't, it still hasn't sunk in. So I'm not ready to accept it, but I'm gonna have to. So I'm gonna go into this shade. Most of these are depotted. A lot of these are just depotted shades, so there's no point in me really saying what they are because I don't even think half of these are still sold. But I'm going in with this shade down here for my transition. I'm gonna do kind of a cute little purpley. Oh wait, but my blush is red. Maybe that won't be. I'll do a pinky purple look, I guess. But yeah, I'll do another Everyday Makeup Drawer, just one last one before my declutter series and before the moving vlogs and stuff. Mainly just, I guess, to have it almost be a chopping block for the declutters. So what's everybody's favorite Chappell Roan song? I have not been this excited about a new artist in so long, like years. And it's really reminded me just how much I love pop music. Like I would say pop is one of my favorite genres of music. And yeah, I just love a good beat. I love an upbeat, happy song. And that's yeah. So I would say my favorite song by her right now, it's I feel like it's always changing, but I would have to say After Midnight is the one that I have not been able to stop listening to. Yeah. So that's where we're at on that. I think I finally understand what the Swifties feel about Taylor Swift. Because I mean, I like Taylor Swift. I'll listen to her music for sure, but I wouldn't call myself a Swiftie, but I respect her and I appreciate her music. But I've never been like head over heels for Taylor Swift. Yeah, I just haven't felt this excited about a pop star in a million years, like so long. Let me know if you're also obsessed. What is your favorite Chappell Roan song right now? I'm gonna pop on this shade I do believe is still sold. I just oh yeah, I just popped some of this like kind of lilac pinky purple in my outer corner and outer like upper and lower lash line, just kind of to frame the outer corner of my eye. And now I'm picking up some of this shade. This is Light Fast from Cleona, one of the few shades in here. I think that's the only shade in here that's actually still sold. This was one of the things in our goodie bag at the Creators and Friends event in Las Vegas in December. This and the nail polish. I have been using that nail polish so much as like a topper. It'll just transform any nail color into the coolest shade. So that's kind of how I feel about the eyeshadow too. But this is just going to be my lid shade today. I'm not really using it as a topper. Also, if you're wondering, today's sunscreen of the day is actually not part of my roundup this year. It's actually one of my favorites from last year. It's the Madagascar Centella one from Skin 1004. That's what I have on underneath all this. Because I've already filmed my sunscreen showdown, which feels so good. I feel like I can finally relax a little bit and not always be thinking about what sunscreen I have on and which sunscreen I'm going to wear tomorrow and taking notes on my sunscreen every day. It's been a process, guys. It really has. I'm thinking, I don't know, I'm kind of thinking I want to do, now that that's over, that video will be up next, I think I kind of want to do like a sunscreen project pan because, I mean, as you can probably guess, I have a lot of sunscreens. I really just need to go through them all and decide like which ones I actually care to use up, which ones might Nathan want to help me use up, which ones can I just pass along to a friend, like all that. And then I kind of just want to start like being a little bit more diligent about wearing sunscreen, especially on my body and my hands since it's summer. I mean, obviously sunscreen's important year round, we all know this, but since it's summer, I mean, the UV index has been really, really high some days, so I want to be more diligent about putting it on my hands when I'm leaving the house, when I'm driving, putting it on my body when we're going up on a walk and that kind of thing, because I admittedly, I am not the best about body sunscreen. I have to say, I'm really not the best, mainly because I just can't stand the feeling, and I know I'm not the only one, I can't stand the feeling of most body sunscreens that we have available here in the US. They're, even the chemical ones, most of them are just, they're heavy, they're sticky, they smell like sunscreen, and it just drives me bonkers. So, but I have all these Korean and Japanese sunscreens now, some of which I don't love on my face, but I could totally use them up on my body, and they don't feel like anything on the body. So I want to just kind of take inventory of all my sunscreens and figure out the plan for using them up so that none of them expire. Really, that's my goal, is just, I don't want to let products expire in my possession. So if I can't use them up, I need to find somebody who can. Okay. Yeah, kind of a weird eye look, I don't know. Like, it's fun, but kind of odd. What do I want on my lips? Just still not been really in the mood for bold lip colors. I think I might just need to accept that I don't like bold colors that much anymore on my lips. I just really like, I hardly ever reach for my bold lipsticks. So that's something I'm going to keep in mind for my upcoming declutters because I need to be a little more realistic about what I actually like, I guess. But I'm trying this. This is from Jones Road. It's their Cool Gloss in the shade Peony. It arrived a little bit separated. I don't know if that's how it always is or if that's just because of like the recent heat. But I'm just gonna, you know what I don't like is squeezy tube lip balms. That's another thing I'm accepting about myself is that squeezy tube lip balms do not make sense to me because the applicator, like, the way it's meant to be used, I guess, is you're supposed to squeeze it out and then just apply it straight from the applicator. And that's supposed to just be easy and like quick, whatever. But I don't like that method of applying glosses because, oh, also, this is a throat stinger, like beyond, I think it's the mint or something in here, but if I get any of this down my throat, whew, you know what, I'm taking it off right now. I don't think the whole throat stinging thing is an allergy. I think, I'm not a doctor, so I feel like I have to make that disclaimer every time I say something remotely medical. Obviously, I'm not a doctor. But I don't think it's an allergy simply because I know what an allergy feels like in my throat when it comes to like perfumes and stuff, and this feels nothing like it. And it doesn't cause me any kind of skin irritation. So it's all, I think what happens is there's some ingredient, maybe it's like castor seed oil or some other oil or a combination of oils, but it also really depends on the formulation because some things with castor oil don't bother me, but this I think has castor oil as the first ingredient, plus like a cooling minty feeling. So if I get even the tiniest bit in my mouth and swallow it, my throat just kind of stings. And I heard my friend Hope Mess Tom say that that happened to them with some lip products too, and I've heard this from other people, and that's what leads me to think it's not an allergy, but just like an irritation. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that being said, I don't think I'm going to be able to use this because of the way that it just immediately stings my throat. I've been able to get away with using more lip products, even ones that might have caused me that throat irritation before, because I've really just started being so careful about not getting any lip product in my mouth. Like whenever I apply something, usually I will do like the whole finger trick to get it out of the like inside ring of my lips, so that the chances of me swallowing any of it are much, much lower. And so that I think has been working better for me. But anyway, there are definitely still some lip products that like I just can't do, and I think unfortunately this is one of them. But I guess that's fine with me because I don't like squeezy tube lip products, and so that's something that I should probably add to my list of things I don't buy because, well, this was sent in PR, but I don't want to buy any squeezy tube lip balms, even though they're so popular right now. But I don't know if I finished what I was saying about squeezy tube lip balms. I think what I was getting at was that it's annoying that you spread them on with the applicator, but it's really hard to keep the applicator clean when you are just using this as your applicator and then putting the lid back on. You have to wipe it off every time. Otherwise, you're going to have residue on there, and then it's going to get in the lid, and it's going to be gross. So, ugh, yeah. What's with the, like, I know so many people love squeezy tube lip balms. I guess it's kind of like a nostalgic thing because, you know, so many of us had those, like, in the 90s and early 2000s and stuff. But I just can't get behind it. I would much rather literally any other application method. Like a doe foot is fine. Even something like the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lips, those I can handle that too. Okay, last up, I recently rediscovered in my everyday makeup drawer the Makeup Revolution Calming Makeup Fixing Spray. This is magic. And I hate to say that because it looks like they're discontinuing this, of course, but this isn't the only good Makeup Revolution setting spray. I also love their Sport Fix, their Infinite setting spray, their Fix and Glow. You really can't go wrong. I mean, I haven't tried them all, but so far of all the Makeup Revolution setting sprays, I've loved them all. But this is the one with like the weed, the weed leaves all over it. It doesn't smell like weed though. It actually, I don't love the smell. I mean, it smells okay coming out of the bottle, but like after it dries down, it's a little odd. Like I can kind of smell it on my face. So not a huge fan of that. I will say though, the Sport Fix from them is unscented. So if you want something unscented, I would recommend that one. But this is so good. Whenever I wear this, my makeup lasts so well. So it really does a good job just as a setting spray. It's nice, it's a little bit hydrating. It gives just like the tiniest bit of glow, but it's not really meant to be super glowy, but it's also not meant to be matte. It's nice for just melding all your makeup into your face, but also keeping it there for an entire day. So really been loving that for the summertime. I guess if you have this, I just want to give it a shout out, pull it out and use it. But I don't know how easy it is to find anymore. I think I've only been able to find it on the Makeup Revolution website now. Well guys, that was quite a chatty video. Felt really good to just catch up with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back very soon with my sunscreen video. That'll be coming up in the next few days, and I just have a lot of videos that I'm excited about. So stay tuned. I just want to thank you guys again for your patience with videos. I know uploads have been a little bit sporadic really throughout this whole year, and I just want to thank you for your patience. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to give the video a thumbs up. If you want extra content from me, I do have a Patreon and a channel membership where I upload an extra vlog and makeup video every month. So I'd love to see you over there as well. Otherwise, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.